I keep forgetting I got to put myself on this. Got to put myself on the stage so I can be able to hear. I'm sorry. I do apologize. There you go. I keep forgetting when I hit the volume button, it's live, but then I forget that you got to hit another button to bring me on. So I do apologize for the lateness. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. How y'all doing? Captain 85, of course. I am inspirational. You know, I always try to wear one of my hats that I try to bring motivation to others. We got a lot of, a few topics to talk about today. But before I get started with the candidate, I just want to reiterate that WVDM has an app in the App Store that you can download and share, where I don't have to send out a link to you anymore. We're still working to making sure everything is properly done so that we can make sure that you can hear a variety of music, positive music for you and your family, friends, if you like to share that information with them. It's because of that, because all the sometimes negative content that we get on the World Wide Web as a radio announcer and being into being involved in the community and going to broadcasting school, learning the proper things that we should be abreast of when it comes to letting our young people know that music can be harmful to them. And you see with all the violence going on, video games and certain music is harming their mental capacity to think. WBDM is a privately owned internet radio base. And if you like to download it to your Apple products, you can scan this code right here for Apple. I'll leave it up for a minute because I have one for the Android as well. And soon we'll be out and about in the community to spread this information so that when our young people begin to enter school and they're passing bills where they can't have their phones in the classroom. And I think that's a good thing because our kids are there to get educated and not to be playing video games and music while the teacher's trying to educate them. That you can scan that code right there for the Apple phone and electronic devices. It's 24 hours a day. And when I go live right now, I just do live from 3 to 5 with a variety of music. Some of that will change as we continue to grow and expand our coverage. And from 5 to 6 is inspirational music, gospel music at its best. And we try to motivate our local artists. This is one of the reasons I decided to create my own radio base on the internet so that our young people can be encouraged to do positive things, get recognized for the things that they do, and get recognized so that we, as the 757, VA, 2 up and 2 down, the 804, the 252, all the people in this area, all the way down to the ATL and all the way up to Philly, New York, New Jersey. As a matter of fact, all over the United States we are reached, even on the West Coast. So this is the code for the Android. So if you got Apple or Android, this is the one for the Android. All you do is scan that, and that will download the WVDM app to your electronic devices, to your phone. You can listen 24 hours a day. We try to bring you some of the best, classics, R&B, pop, rock, from the 50s all the way up to this day and time. And because there's millions and billions of songs out there, we can't always get it right. But we always inquire people to go to our Facebook Messenger. And if you like a request, you can message me and I will get it. And I will definitely try to, depending on how many requests I have, but I try to get them in as soon as I can and to play, in rotation. And everything is a format. So you have to format it so that it be pleasing to the ear to everyone that's listening. And I play all gyros of music. So country, western, blues, R&B, pop, rock, Latin, African beats, Jamaican music, you name it. We try to make sure we instill it into the format. We want our young people to be aware that we care about them, and we have to be careful with the things they listen to. And with, like I said, with everything going on, we have to do better to try to instill in our young people music and writing is part of art. It's an art. It's an art form. And also it's called intellectual properties. And intellectual meaning that's the gift that God gave you. Man can't control that. So that's why legislations and, rules and regulations with the government is always challenged because it's something that is instilled in you from birth. But we have to be the ones that make young people be aware that all music ain't good music. And we have to be able to put them in the right place, in the right position, and hoping that they understand that we love them and we care. We want them to be able to grow up and do positive things and to do things that they want to do to create a living as well as uh, to enjoy life and pursue their talents to make them happy. And so that's why we created this website. Now moving along, the real adventures of Captain 85 books is about to launch finally the website where you can purchase them. And we got other things that we're working on. But most importantly, this is not just a book. This is a book for knowledge, a book to educate young people as they begin to color, to engage with the stories, to read them, and to ask questions. Because gun violence today is a mental health issue. My books and stuff that I do has always been designed to help inspire and motivate the next generation. And this is the first coloring book of many to come because we want to engage with the social problems that face our young people that sometimes don't always get it right because we're listening uh, to try to instill in them that we love them. And love is the only way we can solve any problem in our community with our young people. We have to show them that we care, we love them, and we want them to grow up to be the leaders. This is as we get older. And I just celebrated my birthday on July the 12th, and I'm now 72 years old. But I've been doing this ever since I was a child. So what I believe that we have to instill in them positive things to do. We can't wait till they get locked up, get sent home from school. We have to check and make sure they're obeying the teacher, paying attention to what the teacher wants them to do in the classrooms. And when you walk out in the hallway, that's not the teachers, that's the hall monitors to make sure that you're not arguing, picking, or bullying somebody. When you go in to the lunchroom, the same thing. They have people that monitor all that, but the teacher's there to educate, to teach you the proper way for you to make a living, move forward to the next class, get the information that's going to excel you in what you want to do. If you want to be a rapper, you got to learn how to read. You got to learn how to spell. You got to know what the words mean, studying all the four-letter words, the words that's getting us in trouble, the words that we are losing a generation of young men and women. And some are still babies. So we have to come together to try to reach our young people. And we can do that through the arts. This is art. People sometimes, I was speaking to one person, and they said, I didn't know you was an artist. Okay. I went to Old Dominion. I went to Tidewater Community. I did 10 years in college. I got over 200 some credits they allowed me to have, but I really actually have close to 300 credits just to get my to graduate as a fine arts major, with a bachelor's degree. And as I continue trying to reach and study and get involved with community activities, it's all about the youth. It's always about the youth. Politics is something, is a talk. It's talk for me. It's just something to do a show about, to let the community know they must be aware so that we can take back. We can't take back something that we don't own. We don't own the community. We live in a community. We live in a community. The things that we have to take back is our future generation. And my campaign is guns down, pin up. Guns down, pin up. Because a gun, unless you're in the military, police officer, or you going hunting, but why are we hunting each other? So to me we need to put the gun down, pin up, register to vote. You want to get involved with positive things. You want to get involved with things that's going to make a change in your future and the future to come. And the only way you can do that is to register to vote. You can't do it no other way. We can sit around and pray that people will take an opportunity to do the right thing. And you see what's going on in politics. But if you are a parent, an aunt or uncle, grandfather or grandmother, if you have people in your family that's 17 that will be 18 by November, register them now so they will be able to vote when the time comes. They can make a choice. Let them get involved now so that they can get the information they need. They need to know who they voting for. They need to know the track record of everybody that wants to run for office, everybody wants to be running for president. And we set aside and say, okay, well, vote for this person, and you don't know. Just like they read YouTube, TikTok, they need to be reading about candidates in their local community. They need to know who's going to be on city council. They need to know who's going to be the mayor of city council. They need to know who's going to be up there in Richmond, what the delegates and what they are trying to do, who are they going to be championing for, what bills are they going to try to pass? Is there anything that's going to protect them? Every time you look around, the only thing we see on the news is our community always in the news about gun violence. Our young people are dying every single day. And we should not wait till a child died to celebrate him when we should be celebrating him while they live. Why ain't we giving a party for a child until we have to celebrate that he's no longer here? A birthday means celebrate every day that you live. When a person died, that is called a going home celebration, meaning that they're dead. That's it. They out of here. Where God chooses to do with them once they leave this planet, that's between them and their God. But we should be celebrating their birthday every single day, because it seems like they're not going to make it if we don't. It doesn't seem that they're going to make it if we don't come together and try to resolve the problems that face our young people throughout the land, throughout the United States, around the world. All we see is death. And we're talking about life. I know one thing. This is what I'm committed to, the future generation. These young people here need to know that we love them. They need to know that they are the future. They need to know they will grow up to be anything they want as long as they're doing positive things. And that's what it's all about. My Captain 85 books is for them to get involved and engaged, but most of all, to get a positive message. Ask questions. This is a program. It's not just a book. It's not just a coloring book. I'm not just, they say, trying to make money. Yes, I'm trying to make money so I can do more of this, so I can get the attention of young people. This gives the young people an opportunity to sit and color with different materials, mediums like ink, crayons, watercolors. This process was so I could get the right paper, that it won't bleed through, they won't get oversaturated with using whatever colors they is. So we are planning a classes. It's not just a book. They have to be able to come to class. I don't just want you to buy a book. I want you to be able to be on the internet class or in your recreation centers or wherever I can demonstrate these things throughout the 757, VA 2 up and 2 down in other states, whoever can afford to purchase this program. It's not just a book. It's great to have a book, but this is more than just a book. This is to educate our future leaders, to let them know that it doesn't matter what race, creed, or color. On a piece of paper, everybody is black and white. Everybody's black and white. You pick and choose the color you want your characters to be. You pick and choose that. This is what this book is all about. Soon it will be available in next month, August. We will launch it, and hopefully that I can get the sponsorship that I need to travel throughout the 757, throughout the state of Virginia, as I work diligently. This is my first coloring book, but I got comic books that I have already done. I did 3 comic books before I did the coloring book. But what I try to do is get people to be aware that our young people are valuable. They are so valuable that I don't know nothing else to do but to care about them. I was able to have 7 children. Last week or last Friday, I had to bury my youngest daughter, Bashonda. She was my youngest, but she was about 40, 42. And this is her right here. This was my daughter that I had to bury, put to rest last Friday. And it's not easy. And she died with medical conditions. But I love her to death, like I love my other 6 children. I got over 15 grandkids. I got 2 great grandkids. So when I know what been put to me as a father to be able to raise 7 young adults who have their own families and have kids that's graduated that are now in college. I got grandkids that are now headed to Howard University, my granddaughter. I got a grandson that graduated from Old Dominion University. He's doing very well. And I want to mention his name because he was responsible for handling his mother's funeral. He planned the whole thing, and it turned out great. Turned out fantastic. I'm so proud of him. So proud of stepped up to the plate and took charge of his mother's funeral. We all have a responsibility to the future generation. We have a responsibility by making sure we pick the right people to lead the city, the state, the country, the world, because everybody's looking. Everybody wants to be president or run something, but nobody wants to be accountable. Like the ex-president, he don't want to be accountable. He just want to keep on doing whatever he's doing. I don't know what that is, but it always seemed like it's for the people that got money and for the people that don't have no money. But as we continue to try to recognize and understand that our future generation is dependent on everything that we do. And I want to thank all of those that send their condolences and gifts um, for my daughter's homegoing. And to all the family and friends that was able to make the journey to her service. I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. That uplifted me and kept me from breaking down and shedding tears. I've been to a lot of funerals in my life. I've been to so many funerals that, I've been going to funerals since I was a child. Let's say for the last 68 years, I've been going to funerals. But nobody's immune to the pain when losing a loved one or close friends. But you have to understand is we're on a journey that God sent us on. And we have to be responsible to make sure that we can share love, because love is the most powerful weapon that we got. Want to send a mad shout out to Julie. Just saw that she's watching, and she's going to be on the talk show real soon. As soon as we can pick a date and I can get back on track with the things that I'm doing and trying to accomplish. Everything that we engaged in, everything that we're involved in is to make sure that we get the message out and get the things that we need done to uphold what we need in our future generation. Love. If we can show love, and let our young people know we care about them, I'm pretty sure you will see a great difference. A great difference. I'm not talking about having a pity party. I'm talking about real love. Real love is when they look in your eyes and see that you are sincere about what you are saying and what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to help them with. We got so many parties going on and so many celebrations when people die. Even they get numb to it. Even the young people are getting numb to it. Like, what happened to the birthday parties? What happened to celebrating I got an A or a B? What happened to the celebration because I had a D and I brought it up to a C? What if I had an F? Was I celebrated for having the D? Just imagine the celebration, the smile on their face. If they just moved it up one grade at a time. One grade at a time. That will encourage them and motivate them to do good. What if you went to them and say, I don't know if you had a gun, but someone mentioned that you might have one. Do you have a gun in this house? Are you making sure that they're in the house by 9 or 9:30, depending on their age? But if they ain't working, they should be in the house by 9 o'clock. getting ready to prepare to go to get a good night rest. So when they wake up in the morning to go to school, they ain't got no attitude. All these things combined with our young people, we must educate them on it, not give the internet the power to tell our kids what to do. What happened to parenting? What happened to saying and doing the right things? Because that's how our young people learn. Because someday they might want to grow up to be president of the United States, but they can't be president of the United States if they run around shooting and killing people. The pipeline to prison is real. It is no game when it comes to that. We got to protect our young people at all costs. And that's why you must get them to register. You must get them registered to vote. Registering to vote. That's the key point I'm looking at. That's the key point I'm looking at. Some of these banners I got are outdated, but the message is still the same. Voter registration drive. That's what the message is. Getting young people to register to vote. Getting young people to register to vote. That's why gun down, pin up. If they're 17, they can register now. When they get 18, hey, November, they'll be making history. All you got to do, if they want to make history and do positive things, get them to register to vote now. That's what you want. Why? Because we got people that is qualified to run this country. This young lady was the vice president. Now she is the nominee to be the president if she's elected to be president of the United States of America. And how is she going to accomplish that? If you get out and register to vote. If you get your youth registered to vote. Vice President Kamala Harris has got the opportunity to become the first lady president of the United States of America. Just imagine what kind of impact that will have on your young people. Just imagine the impact that a woman president, the impact she'll have on all youth, all females, don't matter what race, creed, or color. We got to get out of that and stop letting them pigeonhole us, as they say. We have the responsibility to make sure that our young people get an opportunity in their lifetime, at this day and time, 2024, to be able to elect a woman president, first time in their history, to the United States of America, White House. We got to stop pretending that we got all the answers. No man has all the answers, but one thing for sure, with all this negativity going around, we need to do better than what we're doing. Our young people need to know better than we just sit aside and just say, hey, well, we're not going to do anything any different. We're just going to keep on doing lip service. We're just going to keep on letting our young people take whatever comes their way and wind up in the pipeline to prison. That's real. Or another cemetery burial. Why is it our community? There's only two places that our young people can go: the pipeline to prison and to the cemetery. You don't see nothing wrong with that picture. You don't see nothing wrong with the negative music that our young people have to listen to. They don't have to. Those rappers can make music and do positive music each and every day. So what's wrong? Why are we not educating our young people? How come they don't know that, hey, this is why I started WVDM radio? Because the one simple reason our young people need to know that we love them, we need them, and we care. That's why I do what I do. And I'll be on today at 3 o'clock playing the best music, variety of music for everybody. And school is about to start. And of course, I'll be bringing back the BT Express, the CAPTAIN85 Express, and the 757 VA2 up and 2 down, North Carolina. The BT Express, he's down in Florida, Panama City. And when it's time for kids to either go to school or come home from school, they find some positive music, some inspirational music that they can be involved with. We have a responsibility to our youth. We have a responsibility to make sure that our future leaders engage in positive activities. We cannot just sit around and hope that our young people engage, that our young people find out too late. Nobody told me I could go to school for that. Nobody told me or asked me. I was forced in doing the things that I'm doing. But it's up to us to educate our young people. It is up to us to let them know that a Black woman can become the president of the United States. We got to stop sitting around and waiting till the last minute. If you love your children, then you should love to let them know the right things to do. It's up to us to register our young people at 17. It's up to us to make sure that they know the right things to do. And it's plain and simple. Just like the nose on your face, we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility. We can't wait. You see, right now they're trying to ban, when people die, that you can't release balloons in the air. Like I said, we go to these candlelight visuals. It only makes me wonder, why are we doing a candlelight visual when a person is usually candlelights are on a birthday cake. Balloons are to decorate the room. And we are celebrating a person when they're dead. There's something wrong with that picture. There is something wrong with that picture. Our young people should be celebrated now while they're living. Celebrated now so that they'll know that we really, really love them. They can't see you. You're not talking to them when they're dead. You can say all the things in the world, but they're in another world now. And we're only talking to each other. And if you really sit and take time to look, when you go to these candlelight visuals, when a child died, why don't you just think for a moment? Why are we here? How did we get here when we should have been doing this while they was living? Celebrating them while they was living. Celebrating them when they got a good grade or a bad grade, to let them know, I know you can do it. Ain't no punishment in because a child got a bad grade. He should be celebrated Say, look, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to get you some help. But you got to work with me. You got to turn that TV off. You got to turn that music off when it's time to study. You got to turn that TV off. You got to turn that video game on. Yeah, I bought it so that you can have something to have fun. But there's other games besides shooting at each other. It's okay if you're going in the military. But even then, who wants to be shooting somebody? Who want to take somebody else's life? Look at the news. You can see it every day. Especially your local news. You see people every day in your community, in your neighborhood, or your next door neighbor being shot. Some survive, and a lot of them don't. Be proud of this young lady that's running for president. She done paid her dues by becoming the vice president. At one point, a lot of people said they weren't going to support her, but now they're coming back. They're making big donations so she can campaign. And there might be some holding out saying, well, no, she's just been a vice president. She's not. What? She's vice president of the United States of America. You just a senator in a state. Oh, I know. You got more knowledge than she got. That's why your state is all this gun violence is in your community, drugs traveling through. You want to blame the president, but you ain't gonna take no blame when you're the Congress or the Senate, or you're a delegate in your state. All this stuff going on, but you want to blame the president and the vice president. They're the presidents and vice presidents of the United States, not of your state, not of your city. That's why you have a mayor, city manager, vice mayor, and a city council. When are they going to start taking responsibility for what goes on in their community? Chief and captains of the police department. At what point you're going to go to these young people and tell them, I need your help. I'm not here to point fingers. I'm not even asking you to tell them about it. I'm asking you to give me your word that you will change and grow up to take my place. Grow up to be a police officer. Grow up to be the mayor of this city. You can do it. Why do you think the enemy wants you to pick up a gun? Why do you think he wants you to go to jail? Right out of the third grade. If you don't pass the third grade, you are marked for the pipeline to prison. It's called a special education class. Tell the truth, as they used to say in old school, and shame the devil. I'm no different from you. I was put in a special education class, or in my time, it was the ungraded before they changed it or upgraded it. What should I say? Upgraded to the special education class. Right out of the third grade. Bam. I went in the third grade. I don't think I was in the third grade, but 2 to 3 weeks. Henderson, get your book bag, leave the books, come go with me. Lee, I was just getting ready to fit in. And when I used to go to college, people said, why are you so quiet? You don't even talk. We didn't even know you was here. I called roll call and I marked you absent. I said, no, I said here. Did anybody hear him say? Then she got a fact check. Ask all the students. Anybody hear Henderson say here? People say, yes, I heard it. Oh, okay, because I had marked him as. He's so quiet. When you're looking at going to college, you're paying thousands of dollars. I ain't come there to have no social event. I come there to get educated. I come there to get knowledge. And I can't get it if the teacher's talking and I'm talking. If you talking and I'm talking. It's going to fly over our heads. Now, I can talk when I'm walking down the hallway if I got something to say. But most of the time, I didn't even talk then. I didn't talk until I got back home. Knowledge is the key to whatever you want in life. This young lady proves it. Know her story. And she's not the only person running for office. She's the one running at the top bill in the United States presidency. But this young lady right here, her name is Sabrina Wooten. And she's running for the mayor of Virginia Beach, the largest city in Virginia. If you stay in Virginia Beach, register to vote. Get behind this young lady. She's been on city council for over 6 years. Other people have been there. Everybody wants to be mayor and vice mayor. But when they get the call in to get to be on this city council, what are you doing in the community? This young lady has always been active in the community of Virginia Beach, Sabrina Wooten. She's running for the mayor of the city, and she needs your vote. She needs your vote. I'm hoping to have her on the show real soon because I just getting new shows, new people coming on for September. And I know she will be delighted to come on and explain her platform. Who else is running in the 757? This young lady right here. I mean, there's two young ladies there, both of them young lady. On my right side is the mother of the lady on the left side. And what that means is the lady on the right side, on my left side, is running for the mayor of Portsmouth, Virginia, my home where I was born and raised. And that's what you need to know. Her name is Vice Mayor Lucy Louise Lucas Burt. She's running for the mayor of Portsmouth, Virginia. She also, I asked her would she give me the pleasure of having her on the Best of the 757 Community Talk Show so that you can get to know her platform and what she's running on to be mayor of the city of Portsmouth, my hometown, where I'm born, where several of my kids were born. 4 of my kids were born. 4 of my kids were born in Portsmouth, Virginia. There is no secret what God can do. What he done for others, he will do for you. And the lady on my right is the one and only that is Senator Louise Lucas. You heard me right. Senator Louise Lucas. Hometown, 757, VA, 2 up and 2 down. 2 lovely ladies. I had the pleasure of working on Senator Louise Lucas' campaign when she first ran for the mayor in Portsmouth way back in the day. She didn't win the first time she ran, but she never gave up. And that's what makes me so proud to say she's my friend. Why? Because it's not whether you win or lose, it's how many times you get up when you get knocked down. She never gave up. Now she's the head of the state of Virginia, capital, Senator Louise Lucas. She has helped get a lot of people elected, delegates, to the Richmond House. And you have children, nieces and nephews, grandchildren, they can do the same thing. There is no secret to this. The only secret to this, the only way you can get to this from here to there is to vote. Is to vote. And most of all, as I keep trying to explain, the key to all of these things that you want to do in life is love. 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 That's what it's all about. And I hope that we can come together and put the purpose and the lady Vice President Harris, to take that vice off and make it President Harris of the United States. She can only get there if you register your young people to vote by November the 3rd. We need our young people to register to vote in all the cities. In all the cities. It's important, not just for her, but for the future of this country, for the future generation, our young people. There's only one campaign I know. There's only one reason we need to get on the bandwagon, because our future generation is at stake. My poster child. This is our future. What are you going to do to protect her? What are you going to do to protect our future generation? I'm asking everybody, teachers that slay, if you get an opportunity to watch this to this end, to all the ones that I send messages out on Facebook, Messenger, links, it's up to you to make sure that our future generation is protected. Till next time, don't forget, GA for Justice will be here next week. Thursday. She's been campaigning. She's been up there at the Democratic convention and with the NAACP convention, and everybody is working hard to make our future generation and let the world know that we care about our community. It's not a black and white thing. It's a human thing. It's a human thing. But we get people that get in office and try to make out that it's all about one race. And white supremacy is not a race. That's an organization. White is not a race, because there's no white person on the planet. And you can say, well, there's black people. No, we are melanated. Melanated people, meaning that we have over 18 colors in our skin. Caucasians only have about 6 or 8 colors. And white is not one of them. When you see white, that's the color of your eyes. That's the color of your eyes or your teeth. That your skin is not white. That's why I'm an artist. With those colors, with the black and white colors in art, and with the other colors, they are called hues. That you take those 2 colors, black and white, and you mix them with the other colors in the box, and you can make 1 million colors. 1 million colors. But you can only take white to make white and black to make black. But you can take it and mix it, those 2 colors together, with the other 8 or 6, and make 1 million colors on the spectrum, on the color wheel. You just got to learn the techniques. That's why it's important to realize our future generation. Well, I'm not going to hold you. Thank you so much for tuning in and chiming in today. And I hope that each and every one of you will stay and share this information with other people on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. This is always archiving YouTube because it's all about letting people know that we didn't sit just on the sideline, that we had a candidate that we all was going to get behind, regardless of what race, creed, or color, as long as they're doing God's will and the will of the people. That's who we'll vote for. Remember, this is the new candidate for the Democratic Party for the President of the United States. To the next time we meet, to the next time we greet, you've been listening and watching the best of the 757 Community Talk Show.